Hi, I'm James Knott, and this is the Better Beer Authority's Top 10 Beers of 2010. This year we released 55 episodes. We reviewed 46 beers, learned about mead, visited the Columbus Beerfest, and had a great time exploring new beers. I asked the cast and crew, 8 people in total, to each submit their top 10 list from the beers we reviewed in 2010. We added up the points, and this is what we came up with. First up, we've been given a little grief for not being big hopheads, but 2 IPAs made it into our top 10. At number 10, from the Victory Brewing Company in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, Hopdevil Ale.
I think it's cool too because it doesn't sit like on your palate for a long period of time. It just, it kind of hangs out for a little bit, lets you know that it's got good flavor, and it kind of backs up the aroma that you had before, and then it goes away a little bit and it kind of leaves you wanting that next drink. So there's a lot of consistency in the flavor and how it lingers on the palate.
I had never tasted a Baltic Porter, and I was very impressed when Mark Smith brought us our number 9 beer, Okocim Porter from Poland.
This is a great beer. I give it a 9. I think there's a lot of flavor going on with this. I agree with the winter beer, drinking it when it's colder kind of. I think it's going to be a good beer to drink in the winter month.
Large bottle, 16.9, high ABV, great taste, low price. I mean, that's a quadruple threat right there. So for me, this beer is a 9.
Our social media director, David Hartogs, brought this beer with him when he visited us from Arlington, Virginia. He wanted to share this unique beer with us because he was so excited about it. At number 8, we have Dogfish Head sah'tea.
I think it's a unique beer. It was recommended to me at a wine bottle shop, and I was kind of on the fence. Chai tea, I don't like chai tea, and the salesman was like, you have to try this. So bought one, took it home, was blown away. I look for it every year. I think it's released in June. I'm knocking on Dogfish Head door, asking when it's coming out, and I'm buying as many bottles as I can.
Okay, and your rating is?
A 10.
A 10. So you would put this in your top 5 beers?
Easily, and if it's on draft, I need a designated driver.
Okay. Retired BBA member Jeremy Fraze went from behind the camera to a comfy seat on the BBA set. He appeared in only 4 episodes, but he was great at drumming up a lot of fireworks in the comments sections. He sums up our number 7 beer, Rogue Dead Guy Ale, very nicely.
Dead Guy Ale, just it gives off a different picture than what the beer really is. I think it's got a lot to offer. It's very, it's a medium to full taste, and I think it'll surprise a lot of people.
So you're pleasantly surprised.
Absolutely.
Rogue does a good job of making most beers, and this is definitely not an exception. It's a great beer.
So far, stouts tend to do well on our show, and one of our top stouts was a thick brew from Bedford, England. Number 6 on our list is Young's Double Chocolate Stout.
I would drink this any day of the week. Since I'm lactose intolerant, I'd pour it over my cereal.
Bingo.
I mean, this is a good beer. This is a really nice beer.
All right, and Joby, what's your rating?
I'm also a 9, man. It's a really great beer. Anytime you get your hands on this one, grab it. I can see myself picking up a 6, 12-pack of this and enjoying it throughout the weekend.
This next beer is also stout. Even though it got a lower rating than Young's Double Chocolate Stout on screen, it was helped in the voting by our crew members, who thought it tasted amazing. It is our most viewed episode of 2010, and even though this beer has a huge following, it still sometimes gets lost in the shadow of Guinness. Our number 5 beer is Murphy's Irish Stout.
And it's hard not to compare this beer to Guinness. When you think of a dark stout, you think Guinness right off the bat. If I had a Guinness in front of me, I'm not sure if I could tell the difference. So I'd like to do this. I'd like to challenge you, America. Get a Murphy's, get a Guinness, drink them both, blind taste test, see if you can tell the difference. For me, James, I rate it an 8.
Our first Belgian beer was a big hit. Almost everyone who voted had it in their top 10 beers. It was one of only 3 beers to receive a 9.0, the highest overall score given to date on the Better Beer Authority. Number 4 is a devil of a drink. Beware of Duvel.
Fellow BMC drinkers out there, if you want a great beer, you want to get away from your normal light beers and craft or go out into the craft world, try a Duvel, but again, don't go bonging these. It'll put you on your donkey pretty quick.
Even though we are based out of Ohio, we are able to get a hold of a beer that is only available in Wisconsin. This was the first beer where everyone in the studio was united, ready to recommend it to their friends. From New Glarus Brewing Company, the light, refreshing flavor of Spotted Cow lands at number 3.
I am really excited about this beer. I first tried this about 2 years ago. It blew my socks off. It's honestly probably one of my favorite beers out there. I'd say it hits the top 10 list at least. Not sure where exactly it sits. Otherwise, I would give it a 10, but I give it a 9 as of right now. This is a beer that I would drink 10, 12 of and not feel dissatisfied whatsoever of leaving out other beers that were on tap. If I had 20 to choose from and this was on tap, I would choose this one every time.
This next beer was a big hit. It's a Belgian-style beer from Quebec, Canada. I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, so I contacted the brewery for the correct pronunciation. Then, I proceeded to butcher the pronunciation throughout the show. Our number 2 beer for 2010 is La Fille du Monde. Okay, so I've been butchering the name real quick. I want everyone to pronounce the name. Adam?
La Fille du Monde.
Joby?
Le Fond du Monde.
I think we're off.
La Fille du Monde.
La Fille du Monde.
La Fille du Monde.
La Fille du Monde. Something
Can
like
you use
that.
it in a sentence?
Joby cannot pronounce La Fille du Monde.
Finally, this beer generated the most pre-show excitement. Most of us had tasted it before and were eager to tape a show for it. 3 out of our 8 voters listed it as their top beer for 2010. Scott only gave out 110 this year, and it went to our top beer of the year. Our number 1 beer for 2010 is Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA. Joby, our regular viewers know you as a person who is not a big fan of the hops. So why do you hate this beer?
Well, James, starting out, you smell the beer, see what it's all about. Like I said earlier, it's got that floral scent to it. So, again, I go back to all the other IPAs that I've had, and it's gonna have that aftertaste. It's gonna, taste like perfume in my mouth after I drink it. So, I drink the beer, and I liked it.
10.
A 10. A 10 is pretty good. That means that's
Pretty
in your
good.
top
It
5.
is. It's somewhere around a 9.
Top 5 beers.
It is.
Okay, and what makes it so good?
This beer just masks the alcohol, but has this amazing flavor and aroma as well. I mean, the piney, citrus, hoppiness. But it's not overwhelming.
That's it for our top 10 list for 2010. We look forward to bringing you more great reviews and a couple mediocre ones in 2011. Let us know what your favorite beer of 2010 was in the comment section. I feel like we've come a long way in the first year of the BBA. I think we came up with a solid list of beers, and I can only imagine what great beers we will stumble upon in 2011. Thanks for watching. I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer